Yo, what up, YouTube? 502 King Power coming to y'all with another video, man. Young men, hear me and hear me well. The woman that you choose to go through this walk of life with, if you choose to go through life with the woman, man, she either gonna take you here or she gonna leave you down here, man. And I've done dated a lot of women in my life. I couldn't even tell you how many women I have dated, but over the large number, there's probably only a few good women, really good women that I've ran across throughout all of them. And and that's one thing I want to speak on in this video as well. A lot of what we attract has to do with whatever it is that we have going on personally in our lives. If you're living a low standard of living, you're going to attract people who also have a low standard of living. And I don't mean finances, I mean morally, I mean spiritually. Whatever state you in, you tend to also attract people who are in that same state as well. So be mindful of where you are as a man, because that's going to determine what type of women you're attracted into your life. Now, I want to go through a few types of women that you absolutely need to avoid if you want to have any kind of success in life, if you want to have any kind of peace in life, if you want to, if you want to grow your family, if you want to do anything great, you cannot get tied up with these certain kinds of women. And I have came across every last one of them, so I can tell you personally, you don't want to get caught up with these women, man. Number one, Mrs. Always Right. Mrs. Always Right. She is exactly what her name says. She's never wrong. She never takes responsibility. No kind of, just owning up, no, I'm sorry's. Everything is forced. Nothing's genuine with Mrs. Right, because she feels like she's in the right, you're in the wrong, and you cannot, as a man, be with a woman who feels that she's always in the right. I know that, you hear jokes and stuff like that where men say, the woman's always right. That's not the case, and nobody who's happily married would tell you that their wife is always right. That's not how it works. It's a cohesive relationship, and your job as a man is to head the household, not be led by the woman. You're supposed to be doing the leading, and God's supposed to be leading you, and that's the structure. And when you start turning it around, and when you start, when the man becomes always wrong, it's an issue at that point. Because then there's a complete power shift, and a relationship needs balance, man. You can't have one person without a power. So Mrs. Always Right, scratch her off your list. You got a girl she's always right, and people can grow, people can change. So, you give them grace, show them some grace, but at the same time, don't let nobody continue on a path of doing something that is not going to be conducive to a good, healthy relationship. So if she's always right, just, try to work with that at first. And if she can't get it right, man, if she can't realize that she's not the little princess that's always right, then you got to keep that moving. Number two, Superwoman. Superwoman can do everything. Superwoman don't need nothing. Superwoman don't need you. So just scratch her on off your list. Number three, the Candy Lady or the Sack Chaser. Now, hold on, let me turn this. I don't want to be giving them free promo and stuff. Hold on. You got to pay me. I ain't promoting nobody. Now, the Candy Lady or the Sack Chaser. The Candy Lady is with whoever has the bag at that moment. Whoever has the bag at that moment. Whoever the big dope boy is, whoever the big businessman, whatever. She's trying to be around the money. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to put yourself around successful people, but when you're the type of person who wants to manipulate and wants to see how much they can get out of you and within a short period of time and keep it pushing, a lot of these girls, man, they'll get caught up with drug dealers, right? Drug dealer go to jail, and then they right on to the next drug dealer. Or they right on to his best friend that was selling drugs with him. I see it all the time. Don't be a dude who's caught up with a sack chaser, doing stuff you got no business doing. But then when you go to prison, if you get shot, killed, what do you think she's gonna do? Twiddle her thumbs for the rest of her life? No, she's moving right on to the next person. And when he get popped, she moving on to the next one. That's a sack chaser. That's a sack chaser, the candy lady. Avoid her. Even if you're not a dope dealer, if that's not your thing, you can be a hard-working businessman making your bread. But you got to realize, as a man, once you get into a position of power, women are going to surround you. And you have to know the authentic from the fake. There's certain things that you can do to find out if a woman's there for you or if she's there for your possessions. Free game. Me personally, I have a nice vehicle, but I make sure that people in general, it's not even women. I don't want people to judge me based on what I have. So in order to make sure that they're judging me based on me, I show up with just me. Like, if I pull up my car is probably off around, it's somewhere close, but I'm not pulling up right up front. I don't want you to judge me based off of what you see. I don't want to throw on all my jewelry. I don't want to have, the always the nicest clothes on when I'm trying to, just have a genuine conversation with somebody. Yeah, the occasions arise where you want to be dressed up and so forth. But, man, you got to make sure that people's dealing with you for you. Don't let them deal with you for what you have, because as soon as they start doing that and then you lose whatever it is that they was around for, they gone. All right, man. We're gonna move on. I got 3 more I'm gonna run through real quick, and then we're gonna get on a positive note with this. This is all women to avoid. So number 1, let's go back through these. Always Miss Right, Superwoman, the candy lady, or the sack chaser. Number 4. The woman who tells everyone your business. Stay away from her, man. Stay away from her. The one that pulls her cousins and aunties and uncles and sisters and just everybody into your business. A relationship is built on trust. So you start breaching that trust when you start putting things out and saying things about the person that you're dealing with. Because that's one thing that's for sure and for certain. This goes both ways. Once you start talking bad about a person to your peoples, to your friends or whoever, they only know that person for the bad stuff that you are saying about them. They only gonna, if she's sitting here telling all of y'all business to this person, that person, getting all this input, and most of the time it comes from negative people anyways, because a positive person's not even going to entertain a negative conversation for too long. And often the women or the people who they telling out a business to are giving horrible advice. It's the people who they know are going to green light their behavior, whatever it is that they feeling, and that's why they feel comfortable to go to them. But I'm going to tell you that completely messes up the trust of your relationship, man. You don't need a woman that's going to go and tell all of your business every time something happens. That's not cool. That's not the way the relationships work. Number 5, Miss Chaos. Stay away from Miss Chaos, man, because I done came across a few Miss Chaoses. Miss Chaos now, let me take a sip of my coffee. I cover that label. So, Miss Chaos, man, she always finds a reason for drama. All the time, man. All the time. Miss Chaos gonna find that drama. And she'll have your ass out looking a fool in public. Miss Chaos be blowing up your phone. Miss Chaos will be trying to stir up trouble in your life. Miss Chaos will have the police involved with you. Miss Chaos will have them shooting at you. Miss Chaos will have everything going on. And if you want to keep your life, and if you want to stay free from prison, get away from Miss Chaos. Because I'm going to tell you, this is the worst one that you can come across. This is the one that will completely throw off your life. It's so many brothers who went to jail messing with Miss Chaos, came out, and now they struggling. And Miss Chaos done moved on to somebody else. Y'all have to be able to recognize the signs before you get entwined with these women, before you have sex with them, before you get married, before you have a kid. Do your Googles, your background. Make sure that you are not going to get tied up with somebody who will hold you down. Last one. This is the hoe. Miss Ho. Y'all heard me correct, Miss Ho. Do I have to say why to avoid Miss Ho? She has been turned more times in the doorknob. She's just out here. She's a free spirit. She's friendly. Has a lot of guy. You need to stay away from Miss Ho, because Miss Ho will get you not only in trouble, caught up in something, because she's always dealing with multiple dudes. Miss Ho carries the STDs. Miss Ho is messy. She's messy because she has no reason to be clean. She has no reason because she's not clean. She has no stable relationship. She jumps around from body to body, catching body to body. And if you watch any of my past videos talking about soul ties, you know that's the last kind of woman that you want to involve yourself with in a marriage or sexually or in any way, shape, or form. You can get nothing good from Miss Ho besides what is going to come from her, and it's going to be problems behind that. So avoid them, man. With that being said, we don't went through all these different kind of women to avoid, man. Just take your time. Take your time is what I'm saying. Take your time. That's one thing that men have more so than women, to be honest, when it comes down to finding a spouse. That's why women talk about the biological clock a lot. You know, they talk about, you know, having a family. You know, they get around 30 and start panicking because they realize that they are on a time limit. Us as men, we have time. No, tomorrow's not promised, but trust and believe however you're supposed to live your life, God has you living that way right now. And if you meant to have kids, a wife, family, and all that stuff, you're going to have that stuff in God's time. So don't rush and don't try to hop into stuff because you're lonely. Don't try to hop into stuff because you feel like you need to be talking to a woman. Don't ignore the signs. Don't go after none of these women that I just now told you about. Now, if you choose to still do that, that's on you. But I'm trying to tell y'all something, especially the younger men right now, so that way y'all know, so y'all don't get caught up in this stuff, man. I don't want to see y'all die. I don't want to see y'all go to jail. I don't want to see y'all threaten another black man, trying to kill him over a woman who's playing both of y'all. I don't want to see that happen, man. I don't want to see brothers depressed. I don't want to see people, you know, with anxiety, man. And a lot of this stuff can go both ways, but in this video in particular, I want to speak to the young men. And you know, hopefully y'all hearing me, man. I know it's a lot of people who talk to me growing up, and I ain't really heard them like it. I ain't really heard them. So, you know, hopefully the way I put it, and you know, and my sincereness behind this, man, it reaches y'all. I really hope that it does. Man, just be careful, man. And the most important thing out of all of this, man, when you find a good woman, you better treat her right, man. You better treat her right. Because they so few far and in between. When you get one, you got to treat her right, man. It ain't no more, you know, you can't, I'm not condoning this dog mentality that dudes have. You know, we're going to dog them out. We're going to dog them out. You're going to end up dogging yourself out, man. It's as real as I can keep it. 502 King Paul. Let me know what y'all like about the video. Hit that like button if you liked the video, found any kind of value in the content, man. Make sure y'all comment down below. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, man? I want to know from the young men, what's your thoughts? I want to know what y'all think about the influence that a woman has on a man's life. You can tell me vice versa, the influence that a man has on a woman's life. I just want to know what y'all think. How y'all feel, man? Hey, man, y'all be cool. It's 502 King Power. I'm out.